great pleasure of serving as a spokesperson on the media relations team with the department. In 2012, I was a junior at San Francisco State who was studying criminal justice. I found the subject fascinating, and I also saw that there were no math requirements. You don't have to raise your hand, but I know I'm not alone in that. Everyone in my classes had the goal of either becoming a police officer or a probation officer. I didn't feel specifically called to either of those, so I decided to double major in communications in hopes of giving myself more options when choosing a career. I remember a classmate asking me what my dream job might be. I told her, maybe some kind of law enforcement spokesperson, but I think you have to be a cop for that, so I don't know. In my final semester, I took a volunteer opportunity with a nonprofit organization that worked closely with SFPD in crime prevention. After graduating, I was offered a job with that organization and got right to work organizing neighborhood watch groups in the northern, southern, Ingleside, Richmond, and Terraville. I worked directly with district stations on quality of life issues affecting different San Francisco neighborhoods. I interacted with so many members of this department, all of which actively listened to communities and helped provide tangible solutions that provided lasting results. I knew this was an agency that I wanted to work for. I applied for an opening at the Academy and served as the captain's secretary from 2016 to 2020. It was a busy time at the Academy when a large portion of today's patrol force received their basic training. When I first got the job, my grandma, who turns 95 this year, asked me if I have to get the captain his coffee every morning. I told her he likes tea. She was relieved to learn that secretarial responsibilities have changed a lot since she was in the workforce, but I told her if I was already going to Starbucks, I would offer. While at the training division, I got the opportunity to help design the Leadership Development Institute, curating a first-of-its-kind program, inspiring leaders in our department beyond the bars and stars. I was part of the inaugural cohort. If you're even slightly intrigued by LDI, I highly recommend applying for it. In 2020, I saw an opening in the media relations unit, and as the stars would have it, the spokesperson dream job didn't feel like such a pipe dream anymore. It's very humbling to look back and see that my journey with SFPD started as a volunteer, organizing neighborhood watch groups in living rooms and garages across the city. And now, I'm part of the team that gets to share the amazing work our department does with the world every day. There is so much great work being done by the men and women of this department, and I'm proud to be trusted to highlight the great arrests being made, share how officers are embracing new technology to make our city safer, and getting to announce historic crime lows as a culmination of years of strategizing and hard work by members of patrol. In reflecting on my journey and thinking back to that dream job that once seemed impossible, I realized 5 years into the job, I might be the first woman to serve as a civilian SFPD spokesperson, at least in recent history. I have checked that with our clerk, Vinny. She's been around for 20 plus years, so it must be true. I also wanted to take this time to shout out all the moms and caregivers in this department. As a mom in the trenches right now with 2 toddlers, I've been so encouraged by the many women of this department who have successful careers while still putting their families first. Like most people, I like to believe I've been effective in the roles that I've had, but that wouldn't be possible if I didn't have a lot of help from others over the years. From learning to decode a CAD to be able to tell our media partners what's happening in real time, to deciphering an incident report to write a news release without jeopardizing an investigation, learning the radio codes, penal codes, department bureaus, and acronyms. Oh my gosh, the acronyms. All of the work that I do has been completely dependent on sworn members who have taken the time to teach me all of that, so thank you. I wanted to leave you all with a few takeaways that I think we can all apply to our different journeys in this department. The first is that you are our best recruiters. Working closely with members from district stations inspired me to want to join this department, and here I am 13 years later, hoping to maybe inspire a few myself. My advice to anyone looking to pave their own way, I'll share one of my favorite quotes from Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm: "If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair." Next, say yes to opportunities, even the ones that seem scary, like this, because that's when you'll grow the most. There may not initially be a linear path for growth that you can see in your career, but I believe what's meant for you won't miss you. Pay it forward when you can. When barriers are broken, people may remember who stood in the way, but they never forget those who lifted them up and helped them. After all, the desire to help others, I believe, is why most of us are here. Lastly, show up every day and do your best to do the job that you were hired to do. You might be making history without even realizing it. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Officer Giovanna Alexander.